Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Motorsports. The end of Lewis Hamilton and Bono has officially been confirmed, with Hamilton's long-standing race engineer Pete Bonington having confirmed that his future has been committed to Mercedes. He has been promoted to head of race engineering and has therefore ruled any opportunity for him to make the move with Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari, where the dynamic duo could continue working together like they have for the last 11 years, where the two have worked together combined to win championships on championships. And it's been a bit of a dynasty, and probably one of the most famous sort of engineer and driver relationships of all time will officially come to an end at the end of the 2024 season. Let's get into it, shall we? It's a bit of a sad day, isn't it? Back in sort of peak Hamilton, there was always, the clips between him and Bono, the very unique relationship that he had with him. And it was a very teary-eyed Bono early this season when Hamilton won that race, and he went up to his constructor's trophy, and it was quite teary afterwards. It was very emotional, and I think that was probably an early indication that this was something coming to an end. And it's been a very special relationship. Obviously every driver has a good relationship with their engineer. They have to. They work with each other day in, day out, and incredibly important that they've got that sort of trust in each other. But I don't think we've seen relationships which have become quite as public, as sort of iconic really as these two, because just from the sheer, you can just see the respect and the friendship that these two have, and so many golden moments over the years. That's not going to happen next year, and it will be interesting to see, for example, who obviously will take over for Lewis Hamilton when he goes to Ferrari. Who will be his race engineer, but more importantly, who will Bono have next year at Mercedes? Will he be moving over to George Russell, for example? What's going to happen with him? So in terms of what is going to happen with him with regards to his role, as mentioned, he has been promoted to the head of race engineering. He will, however, actually assume that role with immediate effect, and that will dovetail the role with his current assignment, which is the race engineer to Hamilton for the remainder of the season. He will then continue that role of race engineer as well as head of race engineering next year. But it remains unclear whether he will be George Russell, this engineer, or whether it will be the new driver, which is still not confirmed yet. They reckon that Kimi Antonelli is potentially the leading candidate for Mercedes next year, but it's not confirmed that he will be taking up that seat next year. It's not the only team to have this kind of move. So looking at this article, for example, they said that there's a similar arrangement Red Bull have in Gianpiero Lambiase. He is the head of race engineering. He's also Max Verstappen's engineer as well. So not the first time that this kind of role is going to be had. But if we look at Bono's career, for example, he started with the squad back when they were at Honda, for example, then became Braun, then Mercedes. He's worked with Michael Schumacher, Jenson Button. He is pretty legendary himself in the race of Formula One world. So it's really good to see that he can sort of continues that upward trajectory. And also what's amazing is he's been involved with them for such a long time. And he's not even 50. He's 49 years old. So very, very sad day for Formula One sort of enthusiasts in terms of seeing that end of the relationship between him and Hamilton. But what a ride that they've had. I mean, all the championships Hamilton had. During Mercedes, for example, he was the man in the ear, working with strategy, for example, helping him with the various sort of race tactics during the race. And there were few better things than hearing Bono on the radio saying, "Okay, Lewis, it's hammer time." How iconic that line is. I don't think any race engineers ever really had the profile that Bono has had. Even though he's got the kind of nickname, Bono kind of shows you that. So the question is, who do you think he should be taking over next year in terms of the race engineers? Should he move to George Russell? Should he be with the other driver? What do you think? Where do you think he is best suited? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.